in your body. Your breath is so incredible because it's the one thing that you do consciously and unconsciously. It just happens. And as you watch your breath, just notice if you can breathe so delicately that you can't even feel the air flowing in and out. But there's heat when you exhale and coolness as you inhale. And I like that balance of cool and hot. Let's go ahead and have that balance of cool and hot, of body and spirit, of yin and yang, be present. And as you breathe in now, just have your breath go down to the soles of your feet and have your feet breathe in earth energy. And just imagine that your feet chakras can open up wide like a big pizza pie, like the extra large kind. And with your next gentle inhale, breathe in some of that earth energy and bring up that pizza pie of earth energy on the outside of your legs as if you're putting on those big fireman pants and bringing earth energy up. Hello? I'm leading a meditation. You're welcome to join. Have that earth energy come up your legs. Feel it go across your hips. And have that earth energy be golden. I like golden earth energy. Have it be sourced from the center of the earth, that molten energy coming up. And as it goes across your hips, it starts to collect at the base of your spine. And then from there, with your next exhale, you can go ahead and exhale out some of that earth energy and let it pour down as gold in whatever form of grounding you choose. So if you ground from the base of your spine and you visualize a tree, let that tree be fed with that delicious gold energy up your legs and down. If you visualize a cord, have that cord be golden. If you visualize water like a waterfall, go ahead and let it be a waterfall of gold. And as that all just starts to sink down so easily, just notice anywhere in your body, like your shoulders, or also known as shudders, drop down and release. And use that earth energy to just help to flush out and will bond with whatever is not serving you, that is for your highest good right now in this present moment to release. And just replenish with a breath in. You release, reset, repeat. And just notice the grounding into the center of the earth as you are getting that source up your legs and down through your grounding, that you're going to just watch it go so easily down to the center of the earth. And for some people, this is not an easy thing for them to visualize or intend. It's like, how do you send grounding down through all the layers, through the layers of rock and crystal and all the different things? And I like to visualize that the earth is like a juicy peach. And you are standing on the top of that juicy peach and you're getting that juicy peachness up your legs. And then imagine sending your grounding like a beautiful spear, and it goes straight through all that juiciness and locks into the pit of that peach, of that earth, and have it be a circuit. Just notice what that feels like. If you have your first chakra grounding with that delicious earth energy, peachy, yummy earth energy, you can bring up some of that earth energy and ground your second chakra, which is just near your, maybe a little below your belly button, reproductive areas. Open up your second chakra, swirl up that earth energy of gold and send it down, whatever is there for your highest good to release. Sometimes for my kids, I would think of that shape because the shape of your chakra is kind of like a funnel or martini glass, depending on your perspective. And you want to swirl it around and have that energy swirl around clockwise. So if your body is the face of the clock, clockwise means that you're going from your top of your head to your left arm, down to your feet, up to your right arm, and back up and around. And that's the direction of clockwise. So swirl it and clear it and dump it and replenish it and fill it, make it gold, make it that beautiful earth gold. And it goes without saying that we're doing that for our first chakra as well. We're just going to take a step back and ensure that that's happening in your first chakra, which is also at the base of your spine. Swirl around that golden earth energy and clear it. And you're going to set your first chakra to the setting of being safe. Just notice, what does that feel like to feel safe and grounded in earth? And if you were going to think about the percentage of safety, and if the percentage of safety is not at least the majority, then there's something there for you to consider clearing. Now we're going to come up to your second chakra, and we're going to go ahead and set the second chakra to healthy relationships that are safe, healthy relationship with yourself and with others. And have your second chakra grounding go ahead and also connect with the grounding of the earth. And so it's also getting replenished with earth energy coming up the legs, feeding into the second chakra, exhale, releasing down into the earth, that which is for your highest good to release. In this present moment with ease and grace. Great. And now we're going to come up to the third chakra, which is where your diaphragm is. And you're going to go ahead and have that delicious golden earth energy come up to your third chakra, and you're going to swirl it around. Again, that fabulous martini glass, just like you rinse it out, dump it, rinse it, and dump it. Notice what it looks like and feels like to have a chakra that's actually coated and becomes like earth energy gold. Have that also ground down to the center of the earth. So now first, second, and third chakras are lined up. Beautiful gold, spiraling clockwise. I'm going to set the third chakra to vitality, personal power. Where do you need to be in a healthy relationship with yourself and with others that is grounded in safety? And so now we have your first, second, and third chakra fully cleared by the earth energy gold. And we're going to just take a moment and because that's a really low and slow frequency, even though it's gold and amazing. We're going to send out a golden net out into the universe and scoop up all the bits of you that you've left anywhere, any energetic life force energy that you may have left, that is not in the present time, we're going to bring it into present time. We're going to scoop it up, bring it into present time in that beautiful golden net. Notice that your life force energy gold is a different colored gold. It's not the same gold as the earth gold. It's a little more sparkly. It's a little faster. We're going to just bring that beautiful net, make it into a beautiful balloon above you. We're going to start accessing that life force energy with your earth energy, with your breath in. You're breathing in some of that delicious dripping, flopping, raining, misting, life force energy gold, however it occurs for you. That is ideal, with ease and grace for your highest good in this present moment. And let that life force energy come right down to your heart chakra, and you're going to swirl it with some of that earth energy. So now you got the two kinds of gold. And earth energy is going to have the two swirling, life force and earth energy. Swirl that cup of gold, your heart cup. Swirl it and clear it. Notice if there's chunks of gold that are life force or if it's like a swirl. Notice if there's more life force or earth energy, if you notice. And if you don't, that's okay too. You're just going to get it cleared and drained and also ground now from the back of your heart down so that it connects with your third, second, and first chakra into the earth. And those two yummy earth and life force energies will now also continue to ground down into the center of the earth, and notice how it comes back up. We're going to come up to your fifth chakra, which is your throat. Actually, before that, let's go ahead and set your heart to the setting of compassion for yourself and others. Many times we have a different setting that's compassion for ourselves compared to compassion for others. So just notice. Do you have more compassion for yourself? Do you have more compassion for others? Whatever that setting is, meet it in the middle so that you're stretching and releasing depending on your perspective. Swirl that and have that be grounded. Good. And now we're going to come up to your fifth chakra, and we're going to just use life force energy in your fifth chakra and notice what that feels like. So right now, your first, second, and third only have earth energy, and your fourth has both life force and earth. And your fifth chakra, which is again your throat, will have life force energy gold, and swirl that all around. Clear that beautiful martini glass, that funnel shape, swirl it clockwise, pour out that which does not serve you, and let that go ahead and ground down. Notice what that feels like on your spine if you have any tension that's there, that's coming down. And your heart chakra, which is so great, is connected to your hands and your arms. So if you're feeling any tingling there, that's pretty cool. If you're feeling a bit unsettled, expand your grounding into the earth. Good. We're going to set your fifth chakra to self-expression with kindness and love, like honey, like golden honey. And you're going to have self-expression that is compassionate for yourself and others, giving you personal power and vitality in a healthy relationship for yourself and others that is grounded in safety. Just notice all those chakras, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, coming up your body and also being grounded down your cord. And now we're going to come up to your sixth chakra, which is your third eye and your forehead. And we're going to bring some of that life force energy in there. And actually, if that seems like a little buzzy, because it seems a little buzzy when it goes in your head, and even your seventh chakra, like anything in your head, just like that, that life force energy is really, really bright. So just notice what that feels like. I'm going to do 6 and 7 together, swirling them and clearing it, grounding, And I'm going to actually just go ahead and bring up some nice, quiet earth energy that's not gold, that's actually going to be like chocolate brown. So it's sweet and quiet. We're going to bring some of that like chocolate brown, like soil, and bring that up to your head and to the top of your head. You're going to swirl that energy around into your sixth chakra, swirl it and clear it, and have it be coated in chocolate so that your thoughts can be calmed. And I'm going to set your sixth chakra to personal wisdom, internal wisdom that is loving, expressions that is compassionate for yourself and others with personal vitality, and healthy relationships for yourself and others that is grounded in safety and present time. Good. In the top of your head where your seventh chakra is, let's just go ahead and run brown, like a nice brown beanie that you're just going to put on top of your head. So you know that tonight you'll stay home. You'll stay home in your body because there's a lot more fascinating places for you to explore that is within you. You've got everything that you need. Let's ground that brown from the top of your head for staying home and having personal wisdom and self-expression that is compassionate for yourself and others, with personal power and vitality and a healthy relationship for yourself and others that is grounded in safety. Nice. And now we're just going to go ahead and bring that earth energy and your life force energy, and we're going to swirl it all around the outside of your physical body and your energetic sphere, which is your aura. I'm going to swirl it all around and clear it and fill it up, any places that aren't full and round and oval in shape, so it's equidistant above, below, side to side, front and back. We're going to actually also set that a little bit in motion so that there's a swirl and it's going to continue to just clear and drain. Notice your grounding, make it even wider so that it can accommodate all of the shifts and anything that you released today, so it'll last you until next week at least. And we're going to go ahead and coat the outside of your aura with some beautiful chocolate grounding brown so that you can sleep well tonight. Chocolate brown pouring from the top of your head, coating your entire energetic field and your aura. And once that's coated there, it can continue coating down and covering the outside part of your grounding, that circuit up your legs and down, base of your spine. So that's also nicely coated in brown. And then last but not least, we're going to just add some shiny mirror material so that we're going to just pour liquid mirror on the outside of your aura and your energetic field. And what that will do is it'll allow you to see yourself reflected back to you, because that is actually what I have happens. That you see yourself everywhere and recognize who you are and you're magnificent. And it also will allow people to see themselves reflected back. And if they want some of what you got, they can go ahead and replicate that rather than taking what you have, because that only serves you. Just like their energy only serves them. Great. Just take a couple of moments, let all of this integrate. Quiet breathing for a few moments. Good. And now we're going to draw a circle of completion around this meditation. I put everything that came up, that might come up, that you may have seen or heard or felt or sensed or however into that golden circle like a globe. We're just going to go ahead and open up the earth so that that globe can sink down and take with it all of that information, and any charge will just drop down from the heaviness and the weight. And any energetic charge will be drained out and neutralized. That's neutralized. We'll bring that globe back up, explode it out into the universe, gifting back to others their energy and calling back your own. You're going to go ahead and wrap your arms around your beloved, most fabulous, magnificent self. Give yourself a hug. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and the meditation is complete. How was that for you?
It was, you know, freeing. That's the first thing that could come to my mind. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to think of other things, but that's the only thing that I could, that replaced all the other stuff that I was putting in place. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that was weird. Because I was just telling Janine on the call that my ancestors had put you in my energy today. And I was like, I said, it's not about her, it's about me. You know, if that kind of makes sense. So you know what I'm saying?
So let me just make sure that I got what you said. So your ancestors put me or put Janine?
Put you.
Me. Okay.
And I was talking to Janine because I mentioned you to Janine today. I was like, because I couldn't remember your name at the time. I said, the lady in the thing, like, oh yeah, by the race, you know. And I believe everything happened as a reason because you have been on my mind really, really, really strong today for whatever reason. And it had nothing for what transpired there at the event. It was all pertaining to what I needed from you for me, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. Thank you. I'm honored.
So it's just that, and personally, I have been struggling with this relationship with someone that means a lot to me. And our conversation was misunderstood. And I wanted to try and make peace with that within myself because it was, I know my character, I know who I am. But when someone that I care about and that I hold up high kind of come at me regarding my character, it hurt. Even though I use my voice as a woman, because no one is going to do this to me ever again. So that I would not allow coming from anyone. And you don't make decisions for me without my consent. And that's how it came about because I disagreed with the decision they made on my behalf. You asked me instead of making the decision for me in your own mind and then bringing it out in a panel as if I was going to agree. You know, I disagreed wholeheartedly and with respect to that person because I am entitled to and I have that obligation and the power for my own individual self to agree or disagree with something that I don't approve of because of the confidence that I have within myself. So I spoke up about it. And there was other conversations that was had as well that was not pertaining to anyone other than my personal growth for me, you know. Because if I'm gonna speak to someone or say something, I'm gonna say that person. And if I have a issue with someone, I would never display it in a group setting. I have enough respect for people because everyone that I encounter, I look through what is here. So I see your inner side. So I have no problem with coming and say, hey, can we talk? Hey, I felt this way. You may have not meant it that way, but that's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? Can we talk about it? And that's between me and that person. So there is no he say, she say. There is no outside influence. That's my character. That's who I am. But at the time that this person spoke with me, it spoke to me, it was like the phone call was misleading because the phone call was one way, and I'm assuming that we're going to talk about strategies to help me versus how you perceive something that I said, all because ego got in the way, or because I spoke up as a woman and it got in the way, and my light irritated your demons. That's not my problem. That's a you problem. That has nothing to do. Respectfully, I respect what you have to say. And when I apologized, they assumed that I was apologizing because I felt like I did something wrong. No, of course not. My apology was that because you are someone that I care about and you mean something to me. For me to have said something to make you feel a certain type of way, even though you're saying that it's not. My thing is, if the conversation starts out as if you know who you are and this and this and that, then eventually, apparently, something I said caused a trigger for you to make those statements. So my thing is, whatever, even if you say that you are or not, apparently something that was said within this moment triggered you enough for you to call me and have this conversation with me. So let me explain to you this of what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And what was I saying? You know, and the reason my apology, I could, if you don't care, I don't care. I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? But if I should make you feel some way, that is never my intentions. So this is the reason that I'm apologizing. I'm not apologizing because I did something wrong. I'm apologizing because I care about you and I don't want you to feel like that. I don't want you to ever feel like this is what I would do to anyone. That, you know, whether you mean something to me or not, I won't do it to you. And it was just, it was kind of, it took me off guard to have that conversation. But at the same time, as a woman, I'm gonna still stand my ground. I'm gonna still, my voice is not, like I said, I'm not gonna, this is not happening with me, you know, and I did it with love. And when you were saying that, that's how I felt about that whole emptiness coming back around and dumping it out. What all I kept saying is that, yes, you did do the right thing. You did say it with love and light. You said it with compassion, and they got angry and angry because I was being compassionate. And the thing is, you didn't understand why I couldn't get upset. But I still give you the honor and the respect of who you are in that part of you that I know. But I also give myself the respect to look at you and see what side you just showed me. So I would deal with those parts separately as they come. But I would never, ever, ever not voice anything that I have to say when I feel like my control and my power was taken as a woman.
That's so beautiful, China. I acknowledge you for taking responsibility for your autonomy for your voice, for your rights, and also for however it may have landed for that other person, even if they couldn't take that responsibility, or even if they ascribed you taking responsibility as you having it be that it's okay for you to just go along without consent. You are a sovereign nation. No one gets to decide but you. And that's a really powerful place to be. And it's so beautiful, your share. And I get that it's painful because not everybody gets that. And thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing that. It really means a lot.
I felt like it was a safe space, you know, for me, because I am trying to grow my business and I am trying to be the leader that I know that I am. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh,
any, I don't want anyone to come in and try to poison that because they have a different agenda. Whatever your agenda is, it's okay for you to have it, but don't put it on.
That's so beautiful. You know what you said that I mean, so many things that you said were so powerful, but I love that you said the light in you triggered the demons in him. I'm assuming it's a him.
Yeah.
and um and that the compassion that you were showing was intolerable. And I agree. From your share and from energetically the read I get, that is what's so. Um, compassion is not often looked at in that way, and I don't mean to weaponize compassion. It's not a weapon. It's having grace. It's allowing, having space, allowing others to be wherever they are and wherever they're not,
Yeah.
and not diminishing yourself or giving up your autonomy. Really, really beautiful. Very powerful. Thank you, China. Was there anything else?
Um, I just, is, yes, I do have a question because spirit is like, no, ask.
Yeah, please do. Please ask.
I, I know that I have a spiritual gift, but sometimes we can't see what other people see around us and coming towards us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times we get conflicted at the power we have because as a human I get, even though I am a strong woman, but fear creeps in from time to time, and I'm just being honest, and sometimes I can't see what's coming for me. I feel it, I don't doubt it, and and sometimes I do. And so that's my kind of, it's kind of been one of those things. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm glad this was about grounding in earth because I'm an earth sign. And that's the one thing that I always do is as soon as I knew that we were doing this, I took my socks off so at my feet. And when I was really getting into it, I stood up so my feet could touch the ground. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was calling into this in my heart without even knowing it. My ancestors was guiding me to this moment, to right now, because I don't know where she called me, and I was gonna text her and ask her about you.
That's so great. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening to the messages. What was your question?
Oh, my question is, when you look at me at this time in this moment right now, what do you see around me or for me, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, it makes sense. So what I have for you, China, is that when you are a bright light, it attracts a lot of attention points. Does that communicate? That's why I had you coat the outside of your space with the chocolate brown so that you're not noticed, so that you can do your work inside of your own space that is sacred. And that's also why I coated the outside on top of that with reflective material.
I
So
noticed
you see your own magnificence. And others, they see themselves, but they also don't see you.
that.
Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yes, because that's 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 the conversation I had with my ancestors just the other night. I was like, look, guys, you said if I needed to ask, you said that I need to come to you and ask, and you will make sure that I get it. So when I was asking them to help me shield myself from outside things that I can't see, because I could feel it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not for sure how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, when I listen to my ancestors and my guides, because they always gonna put me in a place where I can be safe. They never, ever, ever, ever since that I really stepped into my sovereignty, they always put me in places where I felt safe because of the energy and the power that I possess. And that's what I always ask them. I say, I can't tell the real from the fake. So just put me where I need to be. And like I said, I believe in everything happened for a reason. The connection with us did not happen for no reason because I needed you today.
Oh, thank you, China. That is so beautiful. I said to Janine, I didn't really talk to you about this, but that day, because I don't typically like ever have anybody energetically support me. Because I am highly sensitive and I can't not be sovereign in my own space. And I was not healthy. So physically, I wasn't at my optimal. So if I'm physically not at my optimal, spiritually and energetically, I'm not at my optimal, which then has me more susceptible to picking up energies that are around that aren't mine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Janine, because I love Janine and I trust her. So she was holding space. And then you started to hold space. That's actually what I created. I actually created an energetic force field around myself so that you were supporting me outside of me and I'm still intact, right? And then once I felt that from you and Janine, then I was able to clear the whole room.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And that's the part that was missing. So, I really intend that whatever space I'm in is a pristine and sacred space. And I couldn't do that then because I was wiped out.
Right. I can understand totally.
And when you stepped in, I was just like, what? But I picked up from you your pure white loving heart. And so that's why I consented. But I also needed to give you that consent and not have it be assumed. Because I am, even on my deathbed, I will be and am a sovereign nation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, yeah, exactly. I totally get it.
And so that was the gift. And it's so perfect. And I feel so grateful that you were on this call because I had the inquiry, but I sort of filed it away. like who was that woman? But it just energetic, like we didn't really talk, but
Right, yeah.
I felt you. I felt the goodness that was there because I never ever allow people to do that.
And that's funny because I was telling Janine, I never ever get up and charge to nobody. I felt like it was such a, it's like something pulled me out of my seat, like it threw me to you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why I fell upon you the way I was, because it was like, no, you, you working with her today. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it was. And that's why I was like, I am so sorry, because I never ever do that. And when Janine was like trying to, because I was so focused on the pull till I wasn't paying attention to the boundaries that I crossed without permission. You know, if that makes sense.
That's okay because then we reinstated
Yes,
those and you
yes,
had permission and then it was fine.
yes, yes. And I thank you for that. You know, and I thank Janine as well. So yes.
It was beautiful. So I'm so happy you're here, China. Please come always. You're
I will.
always welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I
You're
this
so
I
welcome.
I needed this. I really truly needed this today, because I, like I said, I called it in. I asked them, and the thing is, you ask and it will be given. Didn't know how it was gonna come, but I knew that I had already asked, and I
Yeah,
was
I mean, I'm like, wow, like your ancestors showed you that you needed to, and I'm like, thanks.
yeah,
Thanks, folks.
you know, because that's the thing about it. If they can trust you, I can trust
Oh, thank
you.
you.
Know what I'm saying? Because
I
I
totally
don't
got that.
I don't communicate with nobody but them. That's all that's who I talk to. That's who, that's where my direction and my guidance come from. It's them, you know. So they are my God and my goddesses that stands up above me and all around me. You know, my tribe that I have, you know, and it's just it's a nation of people that surrounds me and that stands with me and for me. And a lot of it came just from my childhood, of the people that I helped through growing up as a kid. You know, all of the elderly people that I help is my part of my ancestry. You know what I'm saying? All of these people that I've protected and been there for, that wasn't even family, and helped and was there for them until they took their last breath. Those are people that is a part of my tribe and my culture. And those are the ones that have guided me through all the things, including my mom. So I have a soldier of people, and they never served me wrong when I really gave, because I realized that I had to give them permission to to come in and help me. And when I started learning that I could give them permission and that they were already waiting and ready to assist me, I'm like, okay, here we go. And like I said, I couldn't even remember your name, but I knew I needed to connect with you.
So perfect. So beautiful. Very few people, I want to say, recognize that they are the author of their life and that they have complete rights to give permission, even when they're not choosing it consciously, there's still permission being given. I mean, unless there's a gun to your head.
Right? So, yeah, so
So
thank you for having
you're
hold.
so welcome. Oh my gosh, absolutely. This is so absolutely lovely. Just so I'm so contributed to by you. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for being here as well, to hold space as well, to allow me to speak. So thank you. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Jess.
That's so good. I'm not gonna say mine's not as significant of this conversation, but Samira, you really got me when we first started, and you had us breathing through our foot chakras, and you turned them into pizzas. Like that. Your level. Well, because, and I, again, like, I get that you just get where, because like today, and like, I don't even know how to explain, like, even right now, like me and Daniel, we have like this chicken and rice smothered in like cream and mushroom soup. And I've been dehydrated for the last 2 days. And so I felt really good, like breathing through my feet, because I feel like there is a lot that I'm not allowing my body to absorb right now. And so when you were talking about that, like that really stood out in my mind, because like I really do want to like be able to absorb. And again, like the same thing that was China was like sharing right now, like there really is something about like when you have us coat ourselves, when you like have us take everything we do and send it back to the world, like as an offering, like all of it is perfectly laid out. But again, you got me as soon as you turned my feet into pizzas.
That's so funny you say that, because I didn't look at him like with my eyes open, but I realized that my feet was like a big piece of slice. You know what I'm saying?
I loved it.
It was
That's so
funny.
cool. I love it. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. And Samira, I I don't know, because again, like I don't know how this AI works. Sometimes it lets me record it and it turns into the video, which I like. If it's just I'm gonna figure out a better way to do it. But China, feel free to add that link, because we do a morning meditation every morning at 6 a.m. And then Samira is leading on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. And then her cousin, who you haven't met yet, but he leads on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So it's
Okay.
an ongoing group.
Is this the link that you sent me earlier, or is it a different one?
This one's different. This is to the WhatsApp chat.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I see it now. Let me take it, and I'm going to save it on my computer so I can go to it. You say every morning at 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up. As you know, I've been working out. So I've been working out just about every day. I've been going to this this gym that's here that's called Hot Works, and it's a virtual room with all virtual trainers, and you have rowing, cycling, um, and ellipticals, and then you have the hot sweat, hot
Yeah.
bands, hot core, and it's all in like a sauna type room and stuff. So, and it's all virtual trainers. So I love it. And then you have an open room where you just can come in. It's 24/7. So you can come in and there's a virtual trainer there, and you can just get a workout on, and you don't have to really get in any sessions or anything like that. So yeah, I love it. So yeah, me and my daughter-in-law has been doing that. So it's been a lot of fun. My son told me today, because he's a personal trainer, he's like, Mom, he said, I understand that you were, you in beast mode and everything like that. He said, but you gotta take a couple of days off. He said, you gotta take a couple of days off. I said, okay. Because I was gonna go back again tonight. And he was like, I said, all right. So I told my daughter, I said, so today and tomorrow I'm not gonna do anything. But my body has been craving fruits and vegetables, because I feel like I'm going through like this ascension in my body, and all I am craving is like fruits and vegetables, no carbs. It's like really healthy thing. Everything healthy, everything natural is what I'm craving right now.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to put anything that my body into my body that is not going to be fulfilling to my mind, body, and spirit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're purifying.
Okay. So that's exactly what I've been going through these past, since I gotten back from Ignite Your Vision. And then you guys will see the flyer coming up. I have a live event happening here in Reno next month. So yeah, Angela Millsap is gonna come help me put it on. So it's gonna be me and Angela. So yeah. So that's, like I say, these are the things that I be doing behind the scene that people don't realize what I be doing. You know,
Oh, China.
I always said that, I have big energy and I can't keep it in a small space. I need to be in front of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? My energy is going to touch them in ways that I can't touch them through one-on-one on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting out into my community and having conversation with the people that I've connected with in my community, that are small business owners and different things like that, and these women. And that's who I've been connecting with and building a relationship with, because I want to get my community in a room with each other. Because like I told them, my presentations are going to be done anyway. I'm going to say what I got to say anyway. But nobody knows about you. And nobody knows about this other small business. That's my goal. I'm going to get my message out. But my goal is for the small businesses in my community to know who they are, to support one another. I can't do it in this closed space. I can't. I'm only connecting with an individual person. No, when I said I meant for the world to know, I meant for the world to know. So that's it. And every chance I get, I'm gonna be in front of a group of people, and that is my vision. So
Beautiful. Thank you for the contribution that you are, China.
thank you, ladies, for your contribution as well. But like I said, for opening up this type of space where I can show up and be here and feel safe and be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You guys are strangers to me. We don't hang out every day. We don't see each other all the time. We don't talk all the time. But that doesn't matter to me, because any moment in time that I am in this room, I feel safe and comfortable to say what I need to say and be vulnerable and be able to know that I could call Janine, or I could call Jess, or, I could reach out to Samira and be open. You know what I'm saying? And it's not judged. And we have that hard time with that with certain women in this world that have ego. Women have egos just like men. So,
People have ego.
right, exactly. There you go. People have ego. Absolutely. And that's the thing about it, is that I want to be in something that is real and genuine, because we're in a world of time now where evil is so rampant and strong. It's scary. And like she said, with her protecting my light, the way that you did, Samira, you know what I'm saying? I never knew anything like that. All I was doing was making that light brighter and brighter. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was. I was like a airport light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so keep practicing that, because remember, the more you integrate who you are into your body as a spirit, the more bright you become. And most people are not bright. So it's like going into like a stadium where there's like 10,000 people. They're
Right.
all dark, and then you're this sparking spark of light. Everybody's going to focus on you.
And now that's why I can understand why I am so drained half of the time, and I've absolutely done nothing. I can go out and run my errands and come back home and felt like I have ran a marathon, and all I've been done something maybe 10, 20 minutes.
Put an invisibility cloak on.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Just keep coming to the meditations. It'll get
Oh,
better.
I am now. You ain't gotta worry about me. At 6 o'clock, I'm gonna be on here already waiting.
Okay, good.
Good.
Excellent.
So I will be there. And again, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Again, I appreciate Janine for meeting Samira, and I appreciate Janine for meeting Jesse, and you know what I'm saying, and allowing me to meet these women as well. So it's an honor. It really is an honor to have met you beautiful women. So yeah.
China.
Feel it big.
You too. Sorry. What'd you say, Gina?
I just said, let's build it big.
Yes,
Love
yes,
it.
absolutely, absolutely. Yes, the power of one more. You know, we all have the power to be empowered, to show just exactly who we are. It is not anything to be a showboat. It's just to show people that they can.
Mhm.
They too can be right where we are.
And
But you
find-
gotta have a loving heart if you're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta care about something outside of yourself. And that's just how that's just how I view it. You know what I mean? You know? So yeah. And those are just my words. I don't know what else we gotta do, but I'll be there in the morning for sure. I'll be there.
Excellent.
Look, I'm already
Excellent.
looking around to set my timer because I'm gonna show the hours. I ain't lying.
Good.
5:59, I'm gonna be outside the door.
So it's 6:58 and I
Oh,
haven't heard from Jess, and
oh, sorry, Jeff.
that's okay. And I have to go have dinner with my son and their boyfriend. I mean, with my kid and their boyfriend. So I wanted to just make sure that I gave Jess an opportunity if there was anything for you, love, that you want to share. You're welcome to or not.
Thank you, Samita. I love it. No, I'm just grateful for all you beautiful sisters and for the space. The meditation was so relaxing, and I'm just in such a great energy of celebration, and I love it. Like all of you are part of the journey. So just thank you for being on it with me. And my son loves all of you so much. So it's beautiful. It's like his favorite people. And he's always like, energy, 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 energy. So you left it with Magic China. Like he loved that. And the pinching of the cheeks. And then Janine, of course, every time he sees you. So we both love you so much. And I just love that you feel safe. Like everything I want to be for people is safe in this world. So I love that you presence that word, because that is one of the most important things I feel for all of us, is to have a place to feel safe in a world that often isn't. So thanks for sharing that and sharing your heart, and just know that, yeah, this is a magical place for all of us. And I love that we're all up to big things. And here we go to Hawaii and all the other places we're going, right? Thailand, wherever. It's the world. We're coming for you. So love you all. Thank you so much. Thanks, Amita, for your gifts.
Love you too. My pleasure. All right. Well, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to go and hang out now with my kid and their boyfriend, and I will see you in the morning. If there's nothing else, call this complete and say good night.
Night.
Love you, sister.
Good night.
Bye.